All right. So we're going to get in a comfortable seat. You might see that during today's class, you're going to have a few more options even than usual as I'm reading this new book. So I'm becoming a little more in tune to trauma-informed yoga. So I'm going to give it a little practice with you guys. So in this starting position, you can have a seat. You can take child's pose. You can lay on your back. Whatever feels good to you as a way to start your practice, it is here for you. So allow yourself to make your way there. Grab any props that you might like to have for your class and have them nearby. And we're going to begin just to settle. So you're going to come into this moment and allowing yourself a moment just to observe. All right, there we go. All right, so you're sitting, observing, allowing yourself just to connect with this moment. So whatever that brings, whatever arises, maybe it's a sense of calm and peace, knowing that it's a weekend. If it's anything else, it will make itself known. Just allow yourself to connect with the rhythm of the breath without altering it, without changing it. Just noticing how it freely moves through you. This week I've been studying how yoga impacts the brain and impacts the mind. How do we really receive these benefits from the yoga practice? One of my teachers sent out an email this week. It included a quote that really resonated with me from Rachel Naomi Remen. She says, "Perhaps the most important thing we can bring to another person is the silence in us. Not the sort of silence that is filled with unspoken criticism or hard withdrawal, but the sort of silence that is a place of refuge, of rest, of acceptance. We allow ourselves to accept them as they are. We are all hungry for the silence. It is hard to find, and in its presence, we can remember something beyond the moment, a strength on which to build a life. Silence is a place of great power and healing." Perhaps you think of a loved one or friend, someone that when you're in their presence, you can feel completely yourself, completely cared for, without having to change a single thing. And I invite you to embody that for you alone today. Be that person. Share yourself that care. And now let's reach the arms high overhead. And exhale, bring your hands all the way to your heart. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. Nice and slowly stretch the arms high to the sky again. You're going to take your right wrist and cross it over the left. Now your elbows can bend here as much as you need to make this accessible to your shoulders. And then try to either press the back of the hands together or the palms together if you just flip the hands around. Stretch up high, as tall as you can. Take a big inhale. And you're going to nice and slowly begin to bow or bend over to the right. Take a breath into the side body here. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll inhale back to center. And exhale to the left. Inhale deep and wide. And let it go. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, hands down. And take the legs out in front of you. And if you have a block or a blanket you want to put underneath your knees, do so. A nice soft forward bend. So you're going to take your feet a little wider than the hips. Sit up nice and tall. And you can stay upright or begin to fold a little towards the thighs. Nice and gentle as we're just waking up the back body. Chin pulls in towards the chest. Give yourself a moment just to settle. Feel the breath moving through the body. Acknowledging all that you are and all that is here in this moment. We're going to slowly inhale, begin to lift the body back upright. Place the feet on the floor and scoot to the top of your mat. So if you're on a prop, come off of it. All right, your feet are flat on the floor. Options, hold on to your thighs and stay upright, pulling that navel in. If you're already feeling a lot of core work, this is perfect for you. Imagine tucking the shoulder blades together, lift heart, and just lean back until you feel that core turn on. Otherwise, maybe you want to take your hands together, interlace all but the index, and reach the fingers out in front of you. And from here, maybe you want to move up a little bit as you roll towards the front of your pelvis, pull the chin toward your chest, and lower about halfway down. So you can do this little movement, this little pulsing here with your hands on your thighs, or maybe even your hands behind the hips. And that'll help you as well get a little shoulder and a little tricep work. So a couple deep breaths here. You need to warm up the core a little. So this core, imagine it as a framework to support the practice. Every time we go into our planks and lower to the ground, it's this core that helps support the low back. So let's go 3 more times. You've got it wherever you are. 3 more breaths. Last one. All right, nice and slowly, whether your hands are out in front of you, on your thigh, or on the ground, we're going to lower all the way to the back. So chin to chest. Pull the navel in and imagine rolling one vertebra down at a time. Once you're there, step the feet a little closer to the hips, and the feet are hip width apart. So heels are underneath the knees, palms are down by the hips. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath you, and we're going to take a nice gentle bridge. So press into the feet, lift the hips. This is not about going as high as you can. It's just about lifting the seat off the ground to wake up the glutes and the hamstrings. Take a breath in here, and then exhale, lower the seat almost to the ground and hover. And inhale, lift. Okay, so what else could you be doing here? You're gonna keep moving if you want to, or you can hold this pose static. If you have a block or prop, you can also place it underneath the seat just to provide yourself a little resting bridge pose. Now, if you're moving, keep pressing into those feet. Notice and observe the sensation of the glutes as they activate upon lifting. We'll go for 3 more times. Okay, remember you have those options throughout this whole time. So keep the hips lifted if you want. Open the feet out as wide as the mat. Toes out at a 45, heels in. And we're going to do the same thing. Lift and lower. You can also still do this with a block underneath your seat. Couple breaths. Try to relax around the neck and the shoulders. And you need to warm up those glutes. Another option here is if you want to keep trying, lift the heels. That creates a little more effort, if you will. Two more, wherever you are. Okay, if your heels are lifted, lower them. Toe heel the feet all the way to center. So the feet are touching, thighs squeeze together. Imagine those thighs are like a shining star here, just squeezing in, getting brighter and brighter. If you want to really feel that brightness and that warmth, begin to lower the hips and lift. Now this movement is going to be even smaller than the last one. Not going to be able to lift quite as high, and that's okay. Keep going, lifting and lowering. Softening the shoulders and the neck wherever you're at. 3, 2, 1. Lower the seat all the way down. Pull the knees into your chest. Woo. Stretch out those glutes. Nice job. All right, place the left foot down. Reach the right foot to the sky. Soft bend in the knee. Bring the hands behind the right thigh. Pull the thigh towards the chest for a moment. Give it a good stretch. And now you're going to press the thigh into the hands, lengthen out so the elbows are long. And the knee can stay bent, or you can begin to reach the foot up towards the sky. And the knee might still be bent, and that's okay. Press through the heel. Soften the shoulders down. Take a breath. Begin to lower the heel slowly to the right glute. And inhale, reach the foot back to the sky. Some sciatic nerve flossing, so listen into what you're feeling in the back. You don't want to go too fast or too far, so listen in. If it's screaming at you, just take nice slow movements, or just keep the foot up towards the sky. One more. All right, foot up to the sky, or towards the ceiling, however it feels to you. And you're going to point the foot and then pull the toes back to you, flex. Point the toes away, flex the foot. 3 more. Last one. Keep the foot flexed so the toes are pulling to you. Release the thigh, cross the ankle over the left leg for figure 4. Right hand is going to press into the right thigh, open it up. Notice what you feel in the inner thigh here. Give yourself the option to listen to your body. If this feels great, maybe you want to stay here. If you want to take figure 4, perhaps you pick up the left foot and wrap the hands around the left thigh. But if that begins to strain your head, neck, and shoulders, just come back down to the place you just were. Couple breaths here, opening up through the back of the seat, the piriformis. Invite in that silence for yourself, that care. One more. I will lower the left foot down, open the arms out wide, and we're going to take a twist. So option here is to let the right foot stay exactly as it is and let the left leg come down to the mat. Right sole of the foot comes down to the left. So your knee might stay upright. If you're here and that feels horrible, just take that right leg and stack it on top of the left. Couple breaths. Try to let that right shoulder relax down. Let it go. Nice. We'll begin to lift the legs back up, coming back to center. So unwind them, bring the knees back to your chest, give it a good squeeze. We're going to go to the next side. So you're going to place the right foot down, hands behind the thigh, lift the foot up towards the ceiling to keep the knee bent just a little, and pull the knee towards the chest. Deep breath. All right, now push the thigh into the hands, straighten the elbows, reach the foot towards the sky, and then flex the foot, press through the heel, and gently and steadily try to bring the heel all the way down towards the glutes. And then inhale, lift the foot back up. So we did this 5 times on the last time. We'll do it 4 more here. Just bending the knee, trying to release any excess tension in the low back. This could be telling if you're carrying a lot of tension in the sciatic nerve. It might feel like something's screeching there. All right, last time, let's keep the foot up towards the sky. And we'll put the toes away from the body and flex them back to you. Keep going. One more. Point and flex. Point and flex. And the last one, keep the foot flexed. We'll take our figure 4. So bend the knee, cross the ankle over the right thigh. Give yourself a moment, press the left hand into the left thigh, open up that left foot. Option to stay here or bring the right foot off the mat, bringing the thigh back towards you. Try to keep the shoulders ahead of the neck relaxed. Unclench the jaw. Release the tongue from the top of the mouth. Okay, we'll lower the right foot down, open out into our twist. So the arms open out, the feet, the legs go over to the right. Deep breaths here. And relaxing, gripping, soften. Okay, we're gonna slowly bring everything back up to center. Unwind the feet, pull the knees into your chest. Place the feet down. All right, hands out beside you or hands onto your thigh. You might want to lift the chin up, pull the shoulders up and hold here for a few breaths. Lower when you need to and come back into it. If staying up feels good, your hands are out. Maybe imagine reaching that right hand towards the right heel and coming back down. And then left hand towards left heel and lowering back to center. So it's lift and lower. You can stay in center or you can go side to side. So today's practice, we're gonna start targeting our side waistline, our side body. We got the 3 major energy channels in the body called the nadis. So Sushumna Nadi goes right down the center of the body. We have the Ida Nadi connected to the yin energy, the feminine energy on the left-hand side, and the yang energy, the masculine energy on the right, Pingala Nadi. Couple more breaths here. Taking a break whenever you need to. Listening in. All right, reach it up to center. Take a big breath. Exhale, lower down, knees to chest. Wiggle it out. And then make your way. We're going to come into tabletop position. So however you can make your way there, you can rock and roll or roll to the side. Hands will be underneath the shoulders, knees underneath hips. Use whatever support you might need. Now, a couple options here. Tuck the toes if you want. If you tuck those toes, you might be able to get a stretch on the arches of the feet, which would be nice and juicy. Down into the hands and take a few rounds of cat and cow. Lift the chest, lift the tail. Exhale, round the spine. Press the ground away, chin to chest. Inhale, open up the front body. Shoulders slide down away from the ears. As you exhale, press the ground away and round. So taking your cat and cows here, just allowing yourself some organic movement. Maybe that's side to side. Maybe you want to go around in circles. Okay, 2 more rounds, and we'll come back to a neutral breath. Okay, so you're in a neutral tabletop. Now we're going to take that right foot all the way out behind us. So reach the heel away, the toes point down. Imagine hugging that left hip over the left knee. Press the ground away, pull the navel in, take big inhale as you reach the head forward. Now exhale, you're going to step that right foot all the way to the left side of the mat. And we're going to exhale, look over the left shoulder, opening up the right side waist. Take a big breath into the side body. One more. Inhale, bring it back to center. Lift that right foot back up off the ground. Exhale, bring the knee all the way towards the right elbow. Let it tap. And inhale, reach that right foot back out. 2 more times. Right elbow, right knee, lengthen. Last one, knee elbow, and reach it out. Place the knee down, tabletop. Switch side, left foot extends behind you. Make sure you pull that navel in, tail is reaching towards heel. Really press down into the hands, lift up out of the shoulders. Step the left foot all the way to the right side of the mat. Look over the right shoulder, open the left side waist. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more. Okay, reach the foot back behind you. Exhale, take it all the way towards the left elbow, let it tap, and inhale, lengthen. 2 more. Last one. Lower down, tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips, downward dog. Give yourself a moment, pedal it out. Take some movement, whatever feels good. Let yourself get right upside down. Spread wide through your fingers, press down through the whole palm. Couple breaths, wiggle it out. And one knee, then the other. All right, nice and slowly, bend both knees, look forward, and then walk up to the top of the mat. Once you're there, lift up halfway, hands to shins, head and heart, reach away from the body. Exhale, bend the knees, fold over the legs, head is heavy. One more time like that. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, fold. Maybe it's time ragdoll. You can let the hands just rest down, or you can hold on to opposite arms. You can weight balanced between the heels and the toes and sway a little side to side, or shake the head yes or no. These can be as bent as you want here. Letting gravity just let any tension drip from the head, cascade out of the body. All right, exhale, release the hands down. Soft bend the knees. We're gonna roll up one vertebra at a time, pull the chin to the chest. Keep that navel pulling in to help support the low back as you lift. You're gonna begin to stand all the way up. Hands by the sides, Asana mountain pose. The weight is spread even through the feet, crown of the head high. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. You're gonna step the feet together if that feels okay to the body. Otherwise, if you have a block and you want to keep your feet hip width apart, sometimes it's nice to wedge a block in between the thighs. And if you don't, and you just want to keep the knees hip width apart, you can also do that. I'm gonna turn and face you so you can see me. I'm gonna use my block. All right, so your feet are spread, your toes are spread wide, your feet are pressing down. You're standing up nice and tall. Squeeze that block if you have, or squeeze those thighs together. Spiral the inner thighs back behind you. We're gonna inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. And exhale, bend the knee and sit low. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Allow yourself to take a couple breaths here, relaxing around the shoulders. So options to bring your hands to your heart, or even bring your hands back like wings based on what feels good to your shoulders today. Yep, keep sitting nice and low, squeezing that block. Feel like the sit bones are reaching out behind you. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more. All right, fold over the legs, head is heavy. Keep your block there. Inhale. Exhale. Half lift, hands to shins. Inhale. Exhale, fold. You're gonna bend the knees, send the seat low again. Inhale, lift the body, chair pose. Arms might come up. You might find your favorite variation. So as we sit here in a pose that might be a little difficult, might be a little challenging, it's called Utkatasana, which means fierce pose for a reason. We have the ability to connect a little deeper with ourselves, to acknowledge that we can find stillness, We can find this rhythm connecting us to our breath, and we can remind ourselves that we'll get through this. This too will pass. However, we also choose autonomy. We will not torture ourselves. We will listen to our bodies and care for what it's asking. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Bring your right arm behind you, left in front of you. Inhale, back up. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Left arm behind you, right in front of you. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, chair, squeeze your block. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Back to center, inhale. Open arm twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold over those legs. Take that block out of the way. Set it towards the top of your mat. You might need it. Inhale, lift up half, right hands to shins. Exhale, let's step back to our plank. Remember, knees can be lifted in line with the heels and the shoulders, or you can lower those knees down, back through the heels, reach the head and heart forward. Keep pulling the navel and press down through the whole outer rim of the palm. Take another inhale. Exhale, lower slowly to the ground. Cobra pose. Pull the toes back. As you shrug the shoulders away from the ears, inhale, lift the chest, feel it lengthen out in front of you. Exhale, lower down. Let's take 2 more of those. Inhale, lift the chest, reach it forward. Exhale, lower. 1 more. And lower down. Keep your knees lowered on the mat. Let's press back, child's pose. Big toes together. Feet to heels, head to mat. Take a couple breaths. Keep the arms active. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the head. Inhale. Walk the hands to the right. Exhale. Side body stretch. Big inhale. And exhale. Walk the hands back to center on your inhale. We'll walk the hands over to the left on the exhale. Side body stretch here. Right hip is heavy towards right heel. Take a big breath. 1 more. Bring it back to center. Lift up, tabletop, tuck the toes, downward dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more inhale. And exhale. All right, lift the gaze towards the hands, bend those knees, make your way to the top of the mat. Walk, step, or hop. Half lift, hands to shins, head and heart forward, big inhale. Exhale, fold over the legs, head is heavy. Stand up, reach up, big inhale. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale to center. Open arm twist to the left. Inhale, center. And exhale, fold over the legs. Half lift, inhale, hands to shins. Exhale to your plank, knees lifted or lowered. Take a breath here as you press back through those heels. Feel the whole front body lifting the back body towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale. You got 1 more. Elbows towards the waist, lower to the ground. Point the toes back. Cobra pose, inhale. Maybe you hover the hands this time. So imagine your tailbone is reaching towards the heel. Belly pulls in like you're trying to keep your favorite candy from melting underneath you. Hug the shoulder blades together. Reach the heart. Hands might just float an inch or 2. Inhale. Exhale, lower to the ground. Knees down, child's pose. Press it back. Exhale. Deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Head lifts, inhale, walk it over to the right. Side body stretch. Yep, inhale, walk it back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Walk it back to center. Inhale. Come up to tabletop this time. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Tuck all 10 toes. Press back through the heels. Bear pose. As you press into the mat, you're going to begin to float those knees off the ground just a little bit. Hover them. Pull the navel in. Keep pressing the earth away for 3, 2, 1. Downward dog. Lift it up and back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Bend the knees, look forward, make your way to the top of the mat. Half lift once you're there. Fold, exhale. Stand up, reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Press down into the left foot. Begin to float the right foot off the mat. Knee comes in line with hip. Hug the left hip in, stay active in that right foot. You can keep the knee bent here, or perhaps kind of straighten the leg out towards the front of the room. Your option, maybe even lift the arms overhead. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more. Lower it down to Tadasana. Pause. Hold this space for yourself, for the sensations that arise. Hands to your heart. Weight to the right foot. Inhale, left knee lifts. Hug the right hip and press into that right foot. Feel the belly pulling in as you soften the shoulders down the back. All right, so this knee can stay bent or maybe you straighten it out. Keep pulling the navel in, maybe reach the arms overhead. Feel the breath still deep into the base of the ribs here. One more, you got it. Mountain pose, hands down, feet down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms lift overhead. Exhale, fold over the legs, lead with the heart here. Half lift, hands to shins. All right, plant those hands, step the left foot back. We're setting up for warrior 2, so the heel's gonna spiral down. The toes are gonna face the left, right knee over ankle. When you're ready, lift the body, spread the arms wide. So your chest is facing the left. Your hips will be at a little bit of 45-degree angle as you really spiral that left thigh behind you, press into the pinky toe side of the left foot. Right knee bends over ankle, feel it squeezing open towards the pinky, and let that left hip sink a little. Arms float out and they're stretching in opposite directions as the shoulders soften down the back. Gaze over the right middle finger, take an inhale. Exhale. One more. Okay, so maybe stillness is your jam today. Maybe you'd like to reach the arms up overhead, cross the right wrist in front of the left, back of the hands or palms touch. Feel length in the body, inhale. And exhale, lean a little towards the back of the mat. And inhale back to center. And lean a little forward. So you can keep going. You can go quickly. You can hold one side for a couple of breaths. You can hold warrior 2, or you can reverse your warrior. You got it. One more. Inhale, open those arms out wide. Exhale, hands to hips, straighten that right knee. All right, so you're gonna parallel the feet, so they're all facing the left. You're gonna bring the heels in, so the toes are at a 45-degree angle. Stand tall. Imagine you're against a wall, head, shoulders, hips are in a line. Now bend the knees, squeeze them open, and slide down your imaginary wall. Keeping those knees squeezing open, feel the navel pulling in, feel those low ribs knitting in. Strong core. Open the arms up overhead if you want to. Bend the elbows to match the knees. Open out. This is your traditional goddess stance as you squeeze the shoulder blades together, broadening through the chest. So maybe find a little stillness here. Tap into that element of showing your self-care. Maybe some movement is your jam and you want to move side to side, tilting the torso one way and the other, opening and shortening, creating a little more balance in the energies within us as we connect deeper to the nadis, creating more flexibility in the spine. And notice what thoughts arrive. How are you talking to yourself in this moment? It's been documented that yoga, creating this space for yourself, can actually help us with emotional regulation, how we respond in these moments. They become ingrained in us, so we can know to respond in certain ways rather than react, off of the mat as well. All right, balance yourself out, come back to center, take a breath, stand up, reach up, inhale, hands to hips, parallel the feet, reach the heart high, and fold over the legs, hands to the ground or to your block. So find your balance. I like to lift up halfway first. Find the balance in my feet. So feel that weight back to the heels, forward towards the toes. Press the thighs back, reach that head and heart forward. And then when you feel nice and stable, fold over the legs. Maybe the hands come off of the block. Maybe they come back in between the feet. Head towards the mat. Keeping those feet active. Imagine the four corners of the feet pull towards the center, keeping those arches active. Hip bones reach towards the sky. Your knees can be as bent as you need to here. One more inhale. And exhale. All right, lift up halfway, hands under your shoulders. Let the toes face out at a 45-degree angle again. We're gonna Skandasana to the left, to the back of the mat. So bend your left knee, walk your hands or your block over towards the left. Stay facing the left, hips sink, and just feel here an inner stretch on that inner right thigh as you just sink the hips, right leg straight, left knee bent, head and heart forward. Yeah, nice job, everybody. Take another breath. We're gonna turn to the back of the mat. All right, we're gonna try something wild today. So turn to the back of the mat, bring your hands down, all 10 toes face behind, the front, the back. Okay, lower the left knee down or right knee down, untuck toes, left knee over ankle, low lunge, lift the body, lift the arms. Anjaneyasana, feel the feet pulling together, let the hips sink. Soften through the shoulders. All right, left wrist might cross over the right. Palms, the back of the hands touch, reach up. Begin to lean back a little bit and maybe even take it into a side and lead a little to the left. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Stay here. If you want to challenge your balance, you're going to take a circle in a counterclockwise position. So go to the right. Your whole upper torso is moving. Your arms are moving. Leaning a little forward. Coming back up. Woo, feel that it burning your thigh. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Tuck the right toes. Lift the right knee. Step back to plank. Take an inhale here. And an exhale. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Lift the gaze to the hands. Make your way to the back of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Half lift. Plant the hands. Let the left foot step back. Stay on the ball of the left foot. Press into the right heel, stand up. Arms overhead, so high lunge this time. Bend the left knee a little so you can lift that front of your pelvis up, pull the belly in and squeeze those thighs in towards that midline of the body. Inhale here.
All right, challenging that balance, open arm twist to the right, bring the right hand behind you, left out in front of you. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good job, everyone. One more. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. You're gonna bring your right hand to the inside of the right thigh, turn all 10 toes to the left side of the mat. Okay, feel that stretch from hips to head. Take an inhale and exhale, fold. Yep, wide leg fold. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, lift up halfway. Skandasana to the left again. Bend the left knee, you're going to the top of the mat. Walk your hands to the left. Stretch out that right leg. Take an inhale. And an exhale. One more. Turn back to the top of the mat now, all 10 toes. Step that right foot to meet the left. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. One more time like that, lift halfway, inhale. All right, exhale, plant the hands, right foot goes back. Setting up for warrior two, right heel spirals down, left knee stays bent. Inhale, lift the body to the right, arms out wide. Sink the hips, feel that right inner thigh spiraling back, press into the right heel. Stretch wide across the chest as you soften around the neck and the jaw. Maybe the gaze just softly goes over that left middle finger. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Hands up. Left wrist in front of right. Palms or back of the hands touch. Feel length on the side waist. And then take a moment. Maybe you do that little tick-tock motion side to side. Front to back, rather. This is tomato in this moment. Allow yourself just to feel some warmth in the body. Remember, we're sitting with some discomfort here in that left leg, building some stamina, but there's no need to torture. So always give yourself that option to find a little relief if needed. 2 more times on each side. Okay, come back to center. Reach the arms out wide. Inhale. Exhale. Straighten the knee. Parallel the feet. Bring the hands to the hips. Okay. Bring the heels in. Head high. Goddess pose. Send the hips low. Squeeze the knees open. The hands rest on the thighs this time. And allow the torso just to pitch a little forward. Take an inhale. And we're gonna exhale, let the left shoulder dip a little bit as you look back over the right. And come back to center. Right shoulder dips, look over the left. Come back to center. Let's do it 2 more times on each side. Moving with the breath, 1 more time. Okay, inhale, let's come back to center. Stand up, reach up. Exhale, goddess with the arms out like a T. Sit low, pull the belly in, take an inhale. Exhale, open arm twist to the right, right hand behind you, left in front of you. Back to center, inhale. Exhale to the left. 2 more times, you got it. Center, inhale. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, left. 1 more time each side. Woo. Listen to what the body's saying, what's talking to you. Come back to center, stand up, reach up. Parallel those feet, bring your hands to your heart. Do you have a favorite variation? If you want to just take your favorite for wide leg fold, bringing your hands to the mat, you can. If you want to take your hands behind the back and interlace the fingers, that's my choice. So I'm going to press my fingers down to the ground, lift the heart high, take an inhale. And then exhale, lead forward, fold over those legs, whatever variation you chose. Let the crown of the head stretch down towards the mat. If your hands are behind the back, they might lift off the back a little or a lot. And if you tried it and you hate it, you can always release the hands to bring them back down. Feel that breath. And we'll release the hands to the mat. Lift up halfway. So maybe you want to use your block here underneath the hand. Sorry, I have my butt to you. We're going to begin to bend that right knee, Skandasana to the right, so towards the back of the mat. Those toes will come out at a 45-degree angle. Sink, head and heart forward. Stretch out the inside of that left leg as that left hip sinks. So you're pressing firmly into the four corners of the right foot. That's helping build some strength in that right glute as we open the left leg. Slowly walk your hands to the back of the mat again. Turn all 10 toes facing the back. Lower the left knee down, untuck the toes, low lunge, Anjaneyasana, lift the chest, lift the arms. Hands can be on your thigh here for some extra balance. Pull the feet towards one another, pull the navel in, lift the heart, slide the shoulders down back. Take an inhale. Right wrist in front of left, wrap the hands. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lean back just a little, really opening up through that left hip flexor. Maybe you want to take your side bend, lean to the right. Couple breaths wherever you are. Try to relax the head, neck, and shoulders. So you can also even do this with the hands behind the head, elbows out wide. That might feel better if you're working with any shoulder injuries or tightness. All right, if you want to take that little spin, you can. Spin. All right, you're going to take the hands, and as you're drawing a circle on the ceiling, lean to the left. Draw that circle forward. Come back up. Big inhale. Exhale, hands down. Nice job. Tuck the left toes. Lift the left knee. Step the right foot back. Plank pose. Take an inhale. Exhale. Press the ground away. One more. Lift the hips up and back. Downward dog. Few breaths here. Softening the neck, the jaw.
Don't know why I hesitated. Should have jumped in, but I waited. I don't just
Inhale, lift the gaze. Walk your way forward or to the back of the mat. Forward fold. Half lift. Fold, exhale. One more time like that. Lift halfway. Exhale, step the left foot back. High lunge this time. Keep the knee lifted if you want to. Stand up, right or left knee bent over ankle. Press back through the right leg. Pull the navel in. Imagine squeezing those thighs towards the midline of the body. Remember, this can be done on your right knee as well if you want to bring it down. Take another inhale here. Exhale, open arm twist to the left arm behind you, right in front of you. Feel the sensation of squeezing those thighs towards one another, hip points towards one another. That helps keep the pelvis stable as you twist from the obliques, the side face. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, hands down. Bring the left hand inside the left foot, turn to your right. Another wide leg fold. Lift up halfway, all toes face that edge, long edge of the mat. Fold over the legs. Couple breaths. Lift up halfway. Maybe use your block. Maybe you lost it somewhere in the circle. Turn the toes out a little bit, bend that right knee, walk towards the top of the mat, Skandasana again. So just your side lunge. Still facing the long side of the mat, sticking the tailbone out behind you, pressing the whole left foot down as the head and heart extend away from the tail. One more. Okay, turn forward to the top of the mat. Walk those hands forward. Step the left foot forward. Lift up halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold. Stand up, reach up, big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, pause. Feel the connection of your feet to the ground, providing you strength, stability, sense of grounding. Feel the energy moving through the body, through the head, the prana, that vital life force energy within you. This feels great and you want to stay here connected to your Tadasana. This is a great place to be. We'll all lift the toes, spread them nice and wide, and try to spread the toes wide on the mat. We're gonna take a balancing pose / balancing sequence. So know that wherever you're at, it is okay, and remind yourself that if I fall, it is part of the journey. And it's that getting back into it with grace, with kindness, is what it's all about. Lean a little into your left foot. Begin to lift the right knee up. So right knee is in line with right hip. You're trying to hug that left hip in, just like we did earlier. Pull the navel in. This time we're gonna open arm twist to the right. Pull the right hand behind you, left out in front of you. For a little extra support, you can bring your left hand to the right knee. Sometimes that helps. If you want to extend through that right foot, there's also an option for you. Inhale. Exhale. All right, inhale, come back to center. Maybe the arms lift. Exhale, bring your hands down by your side. So if you need to lower your foot at any point, do so. Warrior 3, extend that right foot all the way behind you. Reach the head and heart forward. Remember, Warrior 3 can still be the torso leaning forward with the right toes on the mat. Keep hugging that left hip in. That is perfect as well. Hug the shoulder blades towards one another. Knit those low ribs in. Imagine the whole front body reaching the back body up towards the ceiling. One more breath. All right, you can do it. One leg mountain. Stand up, reach that right knee up, arms overhead. Woo. Exhale, Tadasana, hands down, feet down. Maybe you invite some stillness in and notice that energy moving in that left leg. If you need to wiggle it out, feel free to do so. Do a little shimmy. Bring your hands to your heart. Feel the grounding behind the feet, beneath the feet again. Spread wide through those toes. Remember, just because you did it on one side doesn't mean you have to do it on the next. Right foot presses down as we lift the left knee high. Hug those thighs together. Pull the navel and feel the head high. Stay active in that left foot like you're pressing on a gas pedal. Begin to open the chest towards the left, twisting the body. Open the arms out, left arm behind you, right in front of you. Maybe the right hand comes down to help assist that left leg. Full breaths. Nice job, everyone. Imagine squeezing those eyes together. All right, let's come back to center. Maybe the arms go up overhead. Let the foot come down if you need to, or Warrior 3, extend the leg back behind you as you lean the torso forward. Imagine lifting up from that inner left thigh as you keep hugging that right hip in. Press into that right heel. Lift the back towards the ceiling. Take another inhale. Exhale. One more. One leg mountain. Stand up, reach up. Exhale, Tadasana. Let it go. Let's all do that. Inhale through the nose. Side out through the mouth. Let it all go. Leaving that sequence, that pose in the past. We now move forward. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Lower the knees down. Lower the forearms down, come into Sphinx. So the elbows are underneath the shoulders or a little bit ahead. You're pressing through the top of the feet. And as you press into the top of the feet, imagine the tailbone reaching towards the heels. So the low belly lifts off the mat, press into those forearms, and strengthen the back of the neck by pulling the chin back towards the spine. Take a couple breaths here. Soften the gaze down the tip of your nose. All right. All right, now let go of some of the effort. You're gonna bring your right hand where your left elbow is. So the forearm is gonna come parallel to the mat. My stuff so you can see. Boop. So the forearm is parallel to the short edge. Your left hand's gonna go right behind the right hand. Yep, so you're creating this little shape, weird shape. All right, now you're gonna use that left hand to press into the ground to open the hips, open the chest to the left. So you're resting on your right elbow. That left hand is a little balanced here in front of the body. You're on your right hip rather. And for your feet, you can scissor the feet to create more stability by taking the top foot behind you. And you're gonna just begin to let that right side waist sink towards the ground. So we're getting the side body stretch here. If this is too much for your side waist, remember you can always come down to your bicep and just lay on the side. That is a great option. If you would like more sensation, you turn the right fingertips back towards the top of the mat and lift off the elbow. The left hand can rest in front of you like a little kickstand, or can rest all the way down the length of your thighs. Lying Buddha pose. Yep. Resting on the side, opening up that right side waist. Couple breaths here, however feels best to you. One more inhale. Exhale. Allow your left hand to come back in front of the body. Lower the hips back down. Forearms come parallel again, Sphinx pose. And we're just gonna go to the next side now. So left arm comes parallel to the short edge of the mat. The left elbow is where your left hand is where your right elbow is. Right hand comes back behind the left hand. Make sure that left elbow is underneath the shoulder. Press into that right hand, open the hips, open the chest to the right. Let your right hand rest down in front of you. The feet could scissor or stack. You could be resting on your bicep, or on your hand, lifting the elbow up. Soften that left side waist so it sinks towards the mat. Give yourself a few breaths. Come back to your intention. One more breath here. All right, nice and slowly, right hand supports you as you roll back to the mat. We're gonna press ourselves up to tabletop and take it to child's pose. Knees to come together, the hands can come back by the hips, whatever feels good here for you. Give yourself a couple moments, a couple breaths. Let the shoulders relax, the neck and the jaw. We'll slowly bring the hands underneath the shoulders and lift ourselves up. Nice, you're gonna bring the feet around and bring the feet all the way out in front of you. We're gonna go back to that staff pose like we were in the beginning of class. This time you might feel more open for it. It's sometimes fun to see the difference. Bring the feet, the toes back towards you. Feel those inner thighs spiral down. Sit on a prop if you have one or want one. So soften the shoulders down the back, head high. Gaze can travel down the tip of your nose, or if it's comfortable for you, close those eyes completely, limiting the external stimuli to enter into the mind right now. You can stay upright. If you like to fold, you can bend the knees as much as you want. Leave the belly towards the thighs, heart towards the feet. I encourage you to take this with softness in the arms, so not a lot of pulling, not a lot of tugging, maybe even the palms face up in a symbol of receiving. An open mind, an open heart here. Relax any tension in the neck of the jaw. And we'll inhale, begin to slowly lift the body back upright. Scoop the hands underneath the knees. Bring the soles of the feet together. Open the knees out wide. The feet can be close to the body or far away from the body. So kind of see what feels good to you. Hold on to those shins rather than the feet. Lift up nice and tall. Take an inhale. Stay here or fold over the legs. If you like props underneath the knees, that's always an option in this pose. Butterflies. Allow yourself to take a few deep breaths into those inner thighs, outer hips. Inhale, slowly begin to lift the body back upright. Hands underneath the outer knees to scoop the knees together. Now scoot yourself to the top of the mat. Make sure there's no props on your mat behind you. Feet hip width apart. Hands on the thighs or all the way reaching forward. We're going to lower down one vertebra at a time. So imagine tucking the tail in towards the ground. That navel pulls in, low belly pulls in. Let the shoulders round forward as you bring the chin to your chest. You're rounding, C-curving the spine. From there, as you exhale, pull that navel in and begin to lower down one vertebra at a time, nice and slowly. Remember, you can use your hands on your thighs or the ground to help you with that support. Once you're down, take a big stretch, arms overhead, feet out in front. And then exhale, shimmy the hands, the shoulders over to the right. And then shimmy those feet over to the right. For Banana Asana, left shoulder, left hip are heavy here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 2 more. Last one. Inhale it back to center. And we'll Banana Asana to the left. So start with your shoulders and your hands over to the left, and then your feet go over to the left. Remember, right shoulder, right hip are still heavy on the ground. Softening, letting go. Inhale, begin to make your way back to center. If you have a favorite pose you like to end your class in, maybe that's another gentle twist, maybe a happy baby or a gentle bridge pose. Maybe that's just pulling the knees into the chest. Whatever it is for you here today, allow yourself to choose what will feel best for you before you make your way to your final pose, your final rest. That might even be just lifting the feet towards the sky. Sometimes that's nice, moving it around. And when you're ready for your final rest, whatever that might be, you can take your time. You can make your way out. Maybe that is Shavasana with the arms and legs long. Take your time, get yourself ready. You can lay down on your mat for Shavasana. Yeah, lay down. Rest. If you prefer to sit upright for meditation, feel free to do so as well. But just allow yourself to make your way to a place where you feel comfortable and at ease. Softening the shoulders, softening the hips. The hands and the feet are easy. And just feel your connection to the ground, support, the ease. Another part of this email I was telling you about earlier, this quote is from Heidi Rose Robbins. One of the great signs of growth is silence. It is good to be truly silent with ourselves now and then. So often the inner, more critical or worried voices take up too much room. How can we listen beyond inner and outer chatter? How can we listen at a deeper level? True silence is imbued with love and aliveness. And often the way into the richest silence is through the breath. The breath is the portal. We can all learn how to dwell more often in rich silence. We can begin even now. Invite a little movement, the body, deepening the breath, bringing awareness. If you have some time and would like to remain on the ground or in Shavasana while we close, by all means, feel free to do so. Otherwise, you can begin to make your way to a seat. Your hands can rest in your lap, on your thighs, or at your heart center. Perhaps you envision a friend again, the one that you feel completely at ease and yourself around. Embody that feeling, that sensation, so you can hold that space for yourself. Take a deep breath into the nose. HA side out. And we bow. Namaste.